then you'll die.
Welcome back, guys. Welcome to Jackpot DFS, guys. Hope you guys have had a nice couple of days. Took a little hiatus, family things going on, just trying to take care of some schools with the kids. They're for fun. Hopefully last week, I hope that the kids are doing the virtual learning. They're supposed to go back next week, so let's hope and pray that they go back. Doing the dad virtual learning thing has been difficult, to say the least, but nonetheless. And again, I hope you guys have all gotten the stimulus money. I know that's been, I wish we'd gotten more, but for the struggling people out there, hope everybody got that and hope that's helped. Little Uncle Sam Christmas present after Christmas and things like that. But nonetheless, we're back to look at the slate for tonight for 5-gamer. Nonetheless, also, if you guys are new to the channel, my name's Doug, obviously with Jackpot DFS, the name of the channel. If you guys are back for another video, my name's Doug, you know me. Hit that like button, man. Only helps the channel grow so much. And we use a nifty little tool called Draft Dashboard. Obviously, we use that Draft Dashboard tool to gather what the projections are looking like, game totals, etc. That we like for today, and the players, building a pool of players to help us cash, and those GPP lines or cash lines, whatever you're into, double ups, etc. And you can build up to 150 lines. You can build up to 10 lines, whatever you were into, to help you build you a strong player pool to move into the night slate and help you win some money, which we're here for. Nonetheless, we're going to take a look at our player pool for tonight. And again, Draft Dashboard, you can try for 30 days for just $1. You can find that in the description of the video. Just click that link and help yourself get started. You can try it for 30 days. That'll help you with NBA, the NFL playoffs this weekend. NHL's coming back the 15th, I believe, so you can use that for that, and MLB as well when that returns. But nonetheless, we're going to look at the player pool we have for tonight. Obviously, we're going to look at our point guards first. The lowest total of the game tonight is going to be the Lakers versus Memphis game. This game absolutely could be a blowout tonight. James is questionable. Don't know if he's going to play for sure or not. If he doesn't play, then that might help the game stay more competitive. We'll just have to wait and see. But they do have the lowest total. I think the total is 218 right now for that game, which is the lowest of the slate. The late game, I believe the Bulls and the Portland Trailblazers is the best total of the night with a 232, I believe. So that game you might want to get a little bit more exposure to. The other games are kind of close in totals, 226, 228, etc. So those games look to be a little bit more competitive. But moving on, LeBron James obviously is the first guy on my list to play tonight. If you want to get away from that thinking that may be a blowout, then you can. However, James has been pretty good this season. Tonight has a 57% chance he'll 5x that salary at 10-1. 48.6 projection and score, 1.53 points per minute. Projected for 50% ownership. Last few against Memphis, last three, has been a 50, a 48, and a 54. So do like James tonight. Next guy on my list that I like tonight is Kyrie Irvin. Kyrie Irvin has been pretty good. He's had a nice game last game. So Kyrie Irvin could be back to being form, and knew it was going to take some time for them guys to gel a little bit. They looked pretty good in the first few games, and then they lost to the Hornets, and then came back strong and started looking even better. I think this team will be a playoff contender this and could win the East this year. So over time, it does take these guys time to gel together, and that's not a surprise. You're going to lose a few games you unexpected, but last few games against Utah, it's at a 36, a 41, and a 63. 44.1 projection tonight, coming in a projection of ownership of 33%. So going to be some high ownership for Kyrie Irvin. It's going to be hard today to find value as well. So looking at a guy, you want to try to single down your lines. I don't really advise playing a lot on 5-gamers because it's just difficult to find value. Some value will open up through the day if like LeBron James is out, etc. Things like that will help you get value. But right now, as it looks, it's not going to be a lot of value on the slate. So moving down the list here, the next guy we like on our list is C.J. McCollum. He's been pretty good this season so far. He has a 67% chance tonight that he'll 5x that salary at 8,400. Coming in at 16% ownership. This is the highest projected game on the slate, so I do like this game a lot, and will target this game a lot in my lineups tonight. McCollum has been last 4 games against Chicago has had a 63, a 34, a 32, and a 34. He's been exceptional this season. Last 3 games, he's had a 40, a 43, and a 51. Projected tonight for 37.4 in projection to score. So like that total, like the game environment, and also like projection for C.J. McCollum at an $8,400 price. Next guy I like on my list is Jamal Murray, going up against Minnesota Timberwolves tonight at a $7,600 price. 60% chance he'll 5x that salary tonight. 36.5 projection to score at 20% ownership. Last 2 games has had a 48 and a 52, so it's been pretty strong. Against the Timberwolves, he's had a 49, a 31, and a 52. So love that. Love his projection tonight. Love the past history that he's had against Minnesota. Do think he's a strong play tonight for consideration at point guard. One more guy a couple other guys to mention on my list for point guards tonight. Mike Conley has been really, really good this season. 67% chance he can 5x that salary. He's putting up 1.17 points per minute, 27.7 projection and score tonight. Against Brooklyn, he's been really good. 61, a 46, and a 30. He will get you some steals, some blocks, etc. Love his projection as well. Could be a nice, considerable play tonight. It will be a lot of different point guards gaining ownership tonight. So just kind of, if you're going to play multiple lines, I'd get some of Conley, Russell, Donovan Mitchell even, along with these other guys that I've already mentioned. I usually don't go over all the point guard plays, but do like all of them guys. They do have consideration for all of them guys. I just point out the guys that I like, have the most interest in, that I feel will be best plays on the slate. Moving on to that bigger total game, another guy that I like tonight is Kobe White. 6,700 tonight, 13% ownership, 57% chance he'll 5x that salary. He's projected at 30.6 points tonight. They are without Satoransky. They're still dealing with COVID situation with them guys, etc. I don't think Satoransky will be back, so he's going to play more minutes. The past couple of games against Portland has not been great. However, I do think he's matured a little bit, and I still think he's playing a little bit better this season than his rookie season, etc. So strong consideration for Kobe White tonight as well. Another guy that I really like tonight has been pretty good for Brooklyn, or for Utah, excuse me. He is getting plenty of playing time. He is a part of this Utah offense, and has been pretty good to start the season. His prices rose a little bit, which knocks me off of him a little bit. But however, Jordan Clarkson has been pretty good this season. $5,200 in price on DraftKings tonight. 83% chance he'll 5x that salary. He's coming in at 23.8 points projected tonight at 1.19 points per minute. Do like him tonight as well. Some other guys you can kind of consider tonight. We know that Memphis is still dealing with some of those injuries and things like that. So Tyrus Jones, some considerable mention, 26.3 projection to score tonight. Should see some Desmond Bane still get some attention. I don't know whether Grayson Allen will play tonight. If he doesn't, then Bane obviously will get more minutes off the bench, etc. 50% chance he'll 5x his salary, 18.9 projection to score. Couple other guys to mention. We did hear that Derek White is going to be out, so Patty Mills, some consideration at 3,700 to save you some salary. He does have a 67% chance he'll 5x his salary. He's coming in at 15.8 projection salary. However, his past 3, he's had a 27, a 20, and a 14. So do think he could be a nice value play, as well as a Patrick Beverly, which I think, for me, I like Patty Mills just a little bit more than him. We know that Patrick Beverley's more, or he can score some points, but I like him more on the defensive side of the ball. So, but another guy you can take a stab with as well is Lou Williams. Um, he's coming in tonight for a 21.1 projection to score. Could add some more value for you tonight as well. So, just some guys to point out on that side of the ball. Moving on to shooting guard. Obviously, first guy on my list is Paul George. Paul George has been extremely good the past 3 games, 52 of 55 and a 56. He's come on strong. He's come to play this season. 71% chance he'll 5x that salary. 36.9 projection to score. 1.38 points per minute. So he's been pretty good this season so far. Next guy on my list that I like is Zach LaVine. Once again, I mentioned that last game of the night is the highest projection on scores as far as team totals. So Zach LaVine should be in a prime spot tonight. He had a 60 last game, 57% chance he'll 5x that $8,000 salary tonight, coming in at 38 points projected at 23% ownership. So another guy to mention there. Another guy that's going to need all the help they can get with Memphis is Dillon Brooks to keep this game close. He's had a 27, a 36, and a 24. Like him tonight as well. It's projected for 30.8 projection and score. Moving down our list here, another guy who's been extremely well hooked, I didn't mention you can also use in a point guard position, is Dennis Schroeder. Projected for 25.8 points tonight. Could be a nice target as well. He's been pretty good for the Lakers since coming over from, who did they play for? I can't remember. But anyway, coming over from the Lakers, obviously he's going to be a good play. He's been extremely good for them this season and big part of that offense. 33, 29, and a 20 the last 3 for him. Malik Beasley, another guy to mention. It's been really good. He's been kind of the second scoring option for Minnesota with Towns being out. He's had a 25, a 26, and a 48 the last 3. Projected for 30.7 tonight. Do like that play tonight as well. Coming in on only 5% ownership, so that may be a way to get different tonight as well. A couple other guys to mention. Anthony Edwards as well from Minnesota. $4,900 only tonight on DraftKings, coming in at 5% ownership. 67% chance he'll 5x that salary, coming in at 20.6 projection and score. And another guy that will benefit from Derek White being out is Lonnie Walker Jr., or the fifth, or whatever his last name is. 67% chance he can 5x his salary, 17.3 projection score at 11% ownership. And just kind of looking down the list here, you could play a guy at a cheaper value like Gary Trent Jr. Caldwell Pope is questionable tonight, so we'll just have to see if he plays. And another guy to keep an eye on is D'Anthony Melton. Looks like Grayson Allen will play tonight, but Melton should gain some of that play tonight. So coming in at 18.9% ownership, he could even start tonight. So something to kind of keep your eyes on as far as injury news and things like that. Going down our list here. Obviously, Kawhi Leonard's been pretty good this season as well. He's had a 52, a 62, and a 30. 60% chance he'll 5x that salary tonight. 44.3, coming in at 21% ownership. Should be a strong consideration tonight for Kawhi Leonard, especially a pivot off James for $1,000 less. Could see that as a nice play. DeMar DeRozan has also been really good this season. 67% chance he'll 5x his salary at 37 projection to score, with a 23% projected ownership. 42, a 48, and a 34 to the last 3 games. So really like him as well tonight. Another guy who's risen in price, I'm not crazy about because they have risen his price. I loved him at around that $5,000 range, is Otto Porter. He's obviously played some bigger minutes and moved up in price a little bit. So 58, a 20, and a 31. Some considerable mention for Otto Porter tonight. Kyle Anderson's also been really good this season. Don't know what's going on with him, but he's just kind of picked it up for Memphis. 6,300 tonight on DraftKings. 23.2 projection score. 50% chance of 5x his salary at that price. Could Could consider a guy like Will Barton tonight. 14, 18, and 29 the last three. Maybe some Rudy Gay. Royce O'Neal has moved up in price to 4,800, so that kind of knocks me off of him quite a bit because this guy most of the time is just going to be a rebounder, etc. He doesn't always go out there and try. He's not gonna shoot the ball. If he's a lot of times he's going to pass the ball. So he's not out there trying to get you points. He's out there trying to just be a kind of like an assist guy, a rebound guy, etc. Defensive guy. For guys you can kind of get different with tonight, kind of give you some salary relief. Maybe Patrick Williams, possibly at 4,200, projected for 16.8 tonight in score. And one more guy to kind of mention, Garrett Temple, only 3,300 still. He has been getting some playing time, 13.7% on 13.7 projected owners or score tonight, coming in at 12% ownership. This guy can go off. So wouldn't be surprised to see Garrett Temple go off. It's just one of those if you're playing multiple lines kind of guy. But that's it for our small forward position. Looking at our power forwards, Anthony Davis. Obviously, I don't like him as much tonight. I think, I think this game could be a blowout, and these guys could be watching from the bench in the third quarter. If this game stays competitive, I'll be surprised if both these James and Anthony plays, and this game could get out of hand really early. So, something to keep your eye on. Not a lot of options in the power forward range today. It's not going to be. You're going to probably use one of your small forwards you can use in the power forward position. Carmelo Anthony could be a nice play tonight. 23.6. 60% chance he could 5x his salary tonight. His minutes are down this season. He's playing 25, 23, and 27 minutes. You could use a guy like Jamal Green, who's getting some playing time, 11 and 27 minutes the last couple of games. You can use Otto Porter and Kyle Anderson still in these positions as well. Kyle Kuzma may get some good run tonight, especially if the game's kind of a blowout. He's had 24, 23, and 30 minutes the past three games, 21, a 21, and a 20. So that's some possibility. Brandon Clark has kind of come on the scene. He's getting considerable minutes. 22.1 projection to score tonight. 25, 31, and 28 in minutes the last three games. He's had a 24, 28, and 18. Going up against the Lakers tonight. I do think those guys are matchup proof. They're still going to get their minutes on the Memphis side, I believe, just because they're shorthanded. Could see maybe like J Val take a few minutes and sit on the bench, outside the fact of that. But looking down my list here, not in love with a lot of these guys down in the bottom here. Maybe a Thad Young, possibly you could get some more minutes tonight. If you got Lauri Markkanen out still, could see him get some minutes at 4,500 tonight. He's coming in at 4% on projected ownership, coming in at 20.2 projection score. Also a Nick Bynum, 4,600, 9% ownership projection. 57% he can 5x his salary tonight as well. Don't have much interest in a Paul Millsap, although your options are going to be kind of limited tonight. You may have to go a route like that, but I do not love that. Moving on to our centers. Obviously, I'm going to get all the Jokic I can. Jokic has been a monster this season. He's just been destroying everybody. 83% chance. So tonight he can 5x that salary. Love Jokic tonight. And Denver in Minnesota is not going to be very good at defending him. I don't know who the hell is going to stop him. Don't see anybody going to stop him tonight. So love Jokic today. Maybe even one of my top plays, if not the top play. Next guy on my list at center is Rudy Gobert. Also, 83% chance he'll 5x his salary today. 37.6 projection score. Coming in at projection of 16% ownership. I very well may go Jokic in a Gobert line. you know, because I like the upside for both of these guys today. If you want to go down a little bit in salary, I think if you're going to pay Joe Val, not take the blowout risks with that, I think I'm just going to pay Rudy Gobert. I don't think it's worth the risk of that. Now, a guy that could get interesting, who just needs to see his minutes go up. I don't understand why Nurkic is not getting all the minutes that he should be getting, but coming in at 14% ownership, this game is the highest total on the slate. 6,400 tonight. 1.09 points per minute, coming in at 31.7 projection and score. With 14% ownership is Nurkic for Portland. Another guy you could take a couple stabs with tonight. Take a stab with Harrell tonight at 6,100. Don't love that, even if the game's a blowout. Think he'll sit too. Jared Allen is a guy you can kind of go with. He has been pretty good the past 3 games. 57% chance he can 5x his salary. 1.24 monster points per minute. With him, 27.5 projection score. He's at a 33, a 12, and a 38, but his minutes have hovered around 24, 22, 23, something like that. So not the best minute share. He'll have to get it in that time. Not a lot of interest in not a lot of interest in a guy like Carter. Do have some interest in Cantor. Cantor could pick up. He is playing about the same amount of minutes that the Nurkic is, and he's coming in and putting up almost the equivalency of what minute share he's getting in. He is a good point per minute guy, 1.23. 23.1 projection score, only 2% ownership, so a way to get different tonight. Another guy who's been playing, starting for them is Reed for Minnesota. He does like the foul, and I see him getting in super foul trouble tonight. So I'm not going to take a pass on Reed because I think he'll be in foul trouble really early against Jokic. So pivots away from him. Pivot, you can go to a guy with like Jared Vanderbilt. He should see some more minutes tonight, I think, with foul trouble for Reed, because I do see Reed getting in foul trouble trying to guard Jokic tonight. I'm going to look for who else could see some time at center tonight for them. Maybe Hartenstein, maybe? I don't. Oh no, he plays for Denver, so. So maybe Harry Giles. Could we see Harry Giles tonight? A little action for Harry Giles tonight as well, maybe. I'd like to see him get more time. So Ed Davis is the guy we may have to look forward to. Ed Davis may be the guy that gets the minutes after if Reed gets into foul trouble. We'll just have to keep an eye on that, see what you want to do. To me, it's obviously Jokic and Gobert. You end up playing another guy at power forward, something like that. It's probably going to be you can't put 3 centers in your lineup, so maybe a Brandon Clark, maybe yeah, I don't like it. Maybe even a Marcus Morris. Maybe if that game gets at hand, they give him some more playing time. Going to get tricky tonight, guys. It's going to get weird trying to fit some of these lines, trying to project kind of what's going to happen. I do think the Lakers-Memphis game could be possibly a blowout. I mean, it's hard to say, but I could see that happening. Could also see the Brooklyn game. I see that probably staying competitive. The Clippers game could potentially be blowout-ish possibility with San Antonio. It's kind of iffy with that one, but for me, I'm probably going to target more that Portland-Chicago game. I'll target some of the Denver-Minnesota game. I do think that'll stay a little competitive. etc. So that's the slate, guys. Remember, you can try a draft dashboard for 30 days for $1. The link for that will be in the description of the video. Just click that link and get yourself started. Remember, you can use that for NBA now or for the next 30 days. You can use that for NFL for the playoffs. NHL is going to get ready to start up. You can use all that for just $1 for 30 days. You're not going to find a better deal than that anywhere. Awesome anywhere. You're not going to find a better deal than that. I know those guys are running some kind of specials over there, but you're not going to find any better deal than that for $1 for 30 days. Just saying. And then you can choose whether or not you want to keep the service after the 30 days is up. That's completely up to you and based on your individual needs and things of that nature. But I do think this product sells itself. It's very, very good at researching and giving you an advantage over the field nonetheless. So, guys, remember, hit that like button if you haven't done so already. I appreciate that in advance. And, guys, we'll see you soon for another video. Should be coming out with an NFL video soon for this weekend's projection and playoffs. Really, really excited about it. Also expected to see some snow here Friday. My wife is extremely excited about. I'm not completely excited about because she drags me out there and makes me throw snowballs at her. So, anyway, guys, we'll see you soon. Have a good rest of your day. Good luck tonight. Goodbye.